Today with us, we have one of the most extremely talented actresses in our country, an actress whose just one stern look can left you shaking, even through the barrier of a screen. And she is all set to release her second directorial venture, the short film Happy Birthday Mummy Ji, for Last Select Short Films. So, Shefali ma'am, like you have got a long running partnership with Last Select Short Films from Juice to now Happy Birthday Mummy Ji. So, what was the origin behind the idea of the short?
Well, it's my story
Okay.
as much as it is every woman's story, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
And it kind of got highlighted during the lockdown
Hmm.
because, I am a working woman. I at least have an escape to go to work.
Yeah.
But a lot of women do not have that escape, and all they do
Hmm.
24/7 is look after people and their home and
Yeah.
their children and husband and mother-in-law, etc., etc.
Yeah.
And I think at some point of time, everyone reaches a point where they
Hmm.
just want to let go. And not just women, even men.
Yeah.
When you just feel that I want to get rid of all these responsibilities.
Yeah.
And that is where it came from.
Hmm.
My first film, Someday, and
Yeah.
Happy Birthday Mamiji, both are actually, uh, placed during the pandemic,
Yeah.
during a lockdown.
Hmm.
And one of the things that really hit me during the lockdown was the isolation, being
Hmm.
away from people you love.
Yeah.
And both the films are on isolation,
Hmm.
but Happy Birthday Mummy Ji is a very different take on isolation.
Yeah.
Normally when you talk about isolation or a lockdown, you look at it in a very sad, depressing way.
Hmm.
But what if there was another way of looking at it?
Yeah.
So that's where Happy Birthday Mummy Ji comes
Yeah.
from.
And like you said, this is the beauty of a short film. Like it's always open to interpretation. How do you want to take it? So when I watched it yesterday, like what I got was it's about liberation, kind of finding that. I won't divulge much because it's for people to see, but that is what I got from it. So, did you, as a person, also in real life, looked at the COVID lockdown that happened through different perspectives?
Uh, Well, I didn't have a chance of liberation or freedom during that lockdown. I was stuck in
Yeah,
the house with a full
yeah,
house. And initially, when it started, it was very sweet that the whole family was together and
yeah.
stuff.
Hmm.
But a honeymoon period doesn't last very long.
Hmm.
So after a point of time, it became too much because I had no help. I was actually running the show on my own,
Hmm.
taking care of all these people who were in each other's faces and hair all the time.
Yeah,
So it was like, oh my God, like seriously, I need a breather,
yeah.
So, and then what would my dream fantasy? So Happy Birthday Mummy Ji it's like my desire.
Okay. Chalo, on screen you got to show it. But how was it
Yes.
like juggling three roles at once, like acting, directing, writing? Even though chalo on set writing ka itna part nahi hai all when you are on set, but directing and acting, juggling that simultaneously. How was that experience?
So honestly, I did not focus on myself as an actor at all in this
Hmm.
film. I mean, it's
Yeah.
probably the first film I've done where I haven't focused on myself as a performer.
Okay.
I was only focused as a director.
Hmm.
Even when I saw a shot, it was only through the eyes of a director.
Okay.
Did it work for the film? That is what mattered.
Yeah.
And it's not easy because one thing you lose time.
Hmm.
Like you do a shot, you check the monitor,
Yeah.
then you make tweaks, then you
Yeah.
go back, do a shot, then you come back and check the monitor, and then you make some other tweaks.
Yeah.
When I'm there as an actor, I don't even check the monitor. I just
Uh,
go do my shot. The director or the DOP will decide whether it's right or wrong. If I am wrong, I realize it then and there, and I'll ask for another take. But I don't check a monitor. I find a waste of time. But over here, I had no option but to doing it.
Yeah.
And of course, like I said, I wasn't more than an actor. I was just there as a director. Really,
Okay.
the responsibility was so much.
Hmm.
And there was so much to do that I really didn't have time to focus on
Yeah.
what I was doing as a performer. Luckily for me, because Suchi is my story, Suchi is a counterpart of me.
Yeah.
like she would be of a lot of people, a lot of women.
Mm.
Uh, it just came to me, and
Mm.
it wasn't that difficult
Mm.
to.
Bring forth. So, Jesse, you are a creative person. You have been an actor for a long time now. But how does this newfound interest and when venture of writing and directing kind of satiating your hunger for creative?
So I have been writing for quite some time. I
Okay.
have my blog. I
Hmm.
write, articles, or I write stuff.
Hmm.
Uh, I have written a couple of scripts. I have a manuscript ready. So
Okay.
I have been writing. I think
Hmm.
it's a fantastic creative outlet, and it's like
Hmm.
expressing whatever you feel unabashedly.
Okay.
So I have been doing that. As far as direction is concerned, I want to direct a feature.
Yeah.
In fact, I want to direct my third shot, but
Okay.
I don't have the time right now.
Hmm.
But it's direction is addictive.
Yeah.
Once you do it, you can't stop. You want to do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So I am really looking forward to when I have the time and I can just
Yeah.
shoot my film.
Yeah. It's just your vision all the way. So it would be like getting them to do that.
It's my vision, and more than that, you get a great team of people
Yeah.
who walk with you, who
Hmm.
support you, and who just elevate your vision. And
Yeah.
to see it take form,
Yeah.
it's really something.
Hmm. True. And like your choice of roles have always been so prominently rooted in reality. So is it like a thing that you search for such roles, or is it the way you do them that make them much more rooted in reality?
Uh, I don't search for such roles,
Hmm.
but these are parts. I mean, I wouldn't know any other way of performing a part
Hmm.
besides being completely honest, raw, and naked emotionally.
Yeah.
I don't know any other way.
Hmm.
So, for me, if somebody said, "Oh, Shefali did that part well,"
Hmm.
it's not a compliment. When people say, I identified so much with Manju or
Yeah.
Suchi,
Hmm.
or, we idolize Vartika,
Hmm.
or we identify with the pain with Neelam Mehra,
Hmm.
uh, that is a compliment for me,
Yeah.
because they recognize me as a character.
Yeah.
And that can't happen unless I feel and become the person.
Hmm.
And obviously your personal experience,
Hmm.
your understanding, your perception of things always seeps in.
Hmm.
But like right now, I've done Human,
Hmm.
which is a medical
Yeah.
thriller which
Hmm.
Vipul and Moses are directing.
Yeah.
And it's a character I have never played. It's a
Hmm.
character I have never even heard or seen. मतलब ऐसी औरत को मैं जिंदगी में नहीं मिली,
Okay.
ना मैंने ऐसी औरत के बारे में सुना है.
Yeah.
And that is the consensus all over in the team, that we've
Hmm.
never heard or met a woman like this.
Yeah.
So that is a complete out of box for me.
Yeah.
There is nothing in common with her and
Hmm.
me. Nothing. So, or for example, the film that I'm doing with Red Chilies, Darlings.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy, it's wicked, it's hilarious,
Yeah.
but the soul is right.
Hmm.
So it's not like I would want to do the most varied roles. I play an alien happily, which really, I mean, that's the charm of being an actor. That's the
Yeah.
exciting part of being an actor.
Yeah. Maybe Ritik Roshan can hear this and you.
Oh yes, Jadoo, like that.
Yeah. So, like, in this whole time, like, even in like most Bollywood kind of films, like Dil Dhadakne Do, you have made the character feel so real. So, did you ever wanted to play like a full glam up role that kind of goes in our commercial films? Ever you wanted to do that?
If you're asking me as far as a heroine is concerned,
Hmm.
I've never planned my career. I never ever wanted to be. मतलब acting मेरे horizon में ही नहीं थी.
Yeah.
It just happened incidentally, and then I started doing theater, and I started doing
Hmm.
television, and then films and stuff.
Hmm.
So I never had this. I mean, I thought of becoming an astronaut and a doctor and an air hostess and all of it,
Hmm.
but acting was not in my horizon. Dur dur tak.
Okay.
So I never had a plan of action. In fact, I don't ever have a plan of action.
Huh.
I didn't plan that I'm going to be a heroine.
Yeah.
I didn't have an agent. I did not have a manager. I did not approach people for work. Work came to me. And that is about it. And as far as, see, I don't have a hitch about playing glamorous. I mean, in Ajit Dasta, I've looked like probably the most glamorous person. Like it's a conventional Dharma heroine kind of thing.
Yeah.
But there has to be meat to it.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't do something. I never saw myself doing something just because I wanted to be an accessory to it.
Yeah. True. Yeah.